Hello and welcome back to TechnoSurgeon YouTube channel. So we got some news regarding AMD, and AMD has posted a record profit, but it's not just all about endless chips for generating AI slop. Gaming CPUs and GPU sales are also blooming for AMD. So yeah, it indeed happened. AMD has taken over basically Intel and kind of Nvidia, not entirely for Nvidia because Nvidia still leads in AI products and also GPUs, but it is happening as AMD has got over. As you can see on the screen here, AMD data center revenue was up to 22% year on year to a record of 4.3 billion, making it the largest single contributor. But now it is 73% over to year over year to 4 billion, and it is not stopping. As you can see, our PC processor business is performing exceptionally well with record quarterly sales as the strong demand environment and breadth for our leadership Ryzen portfolio accelerates growth, Lisa Su said. And in gaming revenue also there is 181% year over year to 1.3 billion. Semi-custom revenue increase as Microsoft and Sony prepare for the upcoming holiday sales period. So it is happening, and it is also driven by the performance per dollar leadership of Radeon 9000 family. So yeah, it is happening, and also the next generation MI 450 comes online in the second half, so they are also looking forward to it in data center. And it is indeed the case because AMD's AI part, where MI 450 they are touting it, and also OpenAI has invested 1 gigawatts, which is insane amount of money, with a multi-mega deal with OpenAI, which is 1 gigawatts. It is literally insane amount of GPUs that AMD will ship towards OpenAI. Next up, we also got some not rumor but a leak regarding upcoming AMD Ryzen 5 7500X3D 6-core 3D V-cache CPU clocks 100 MHz lower than 7600X3D, and if you are able to overclock it, though it will be heavily binned, though if you are able to overclock it, you will get insane amount of performance out of it, and it is going to be a gaming champ because at 6 cores game doesn't require more than 8 cores at this current point of time, and it is 6 cores 12 threads, perfect for gaming. Along with it comes with 3D V-cache, so you will get content creation also on the way. And as you can see, it has been leaked, it has been shown off. Ryzen 5 7500X3D single core 2399 and 11323 in multi-core score, where it literally is like it has 2 cores less, it has 4.7 GHz max boost clock and 65 watt TDP, so it will be a pretty nice card or pretty nice thing to run, CPU to run. And as you can see on the screen here, this is the Ryzen 5 7500X3D Geekbench benchmark, pretty nice looking. Along with it, yeah, this is another benchmark where it is scoring pretty high in single core, where it is 2549 and a little bit higher in multi-core score. Next up, Intel is literally in trouble as Ryzen 9800X3D and 7800X3D together outsourced the entire Intel CPU stack as per latest Amazon CPU sales. And this is not just rumor, we already saw it, we heard about it, that Ryzen is selling like hotcakes compared to Intel. But now it is indeed the case, as Amazon US October CPU sales reveals AMD sold 16,000 units of Ryzen 9800X3D and 7800X3D, while Intel struggles to go past 10,000 with all it has. So basically what's happened here is like just 2 CPUs from AMD is able to outsell 6,000 more units compared to Intel's entire portfolio. Truly insane. And AMD is now down to 83.80% for nearly 90% of the total units shipped on Intel, as you can see on Amazon. And as you can see on the screen here in this chart, it's looking pretty nice. And top of the line is Ryzen 7 9800X3D and 7800X3D, and it scored a whopping 8,000 units, which is insane. And you can see where almost all of it is AMD Ryzen, almost like top 10, top 15 I guess it's AMD, while there's like only 2 or 4 or 5, I can see like 7 of them in this chart, where it's just Intel, and the top is Ryzen 9, not Ryzen 9 but Intel Core i9 4900K, and it just sold 1000 units. It looks pretty bad, and this just shows how important the competition is. And even though if you are on the top of the game in top of the game in anything, you will fall down if you don't innovate. And that indeed happened with Intel, because Intel made 14 nanometer plus processors for a very long time. They didn't innovate because there was no competition from AMD, and when AMD came back with Ryzen, they didn't also innovate that much, Intel, at that time. And now it's happening where Intel's stock market is going down and down. Intel is having issues, and AMD stock domination is continuing. As you can see, AMD is having like 52,800 units sold, while Intel 10,200. Revenue is higher and everything is high. You will be able to see it, as you can see on the screen here. Here you can see it perfectly. But yeah, and Intel also sells their CPUs for a very high pricing, so that's another issue. And speaking of AMD, also that OpenAI sale, customers lined up for its AMD has multiple, not just one OpenAI deal, but it had multiple OpenAI scale customers lined up for its AI chip, reflecting massive interest in the next generation Instinct lineup. And this might be a pretty big deal, because every time Nvidia is the go-to partner for this kinds of thing. Like Nvidia is the go-to partner for the CUDA architecture, CUDA services, and AI acceleration, but it is having an, don't know what's happening, but now major OpenAI customers, OpenAI scale customers, which are like various other people, not just OpenAI or ChatGPT, they are going towards AMD. We still don't know what's the reason behind it, but AMD's next generation's MI Instinct CPU is going to be pretty massive deal if this indeed the case. As there was a question, how is OpenAI partnership influencing your market position, and what is the risk of the customer concentration with OpenAI? To which Lisa Su said that the OpenAI partnership is significant and it has increased interest and engagement from other customers. We are planning for multiple customers at similar scale to OpenAI, ensuring a broad customer base to migrate concentration risk. And if this indeed is true, AMD's future is looking bright, but at the same time Nvidia's future is looking pretty bad, though there will be major competition in AI segment, which is necessary for innovation. But let's just hope that both of these products turn out to be pretty good, and we need AMD to do good, because Nvidia is increasing the pricing at a very high rate. Speaking of Nvidia, we also have some kind of a bad news, because I already made a video where the CPU, not GPU, but the DRAM pricing is going higher and higher, and yeah, it is indeed happening. As we can see on the screen here, Nvidia's GeForce RTX 50 Super refresh faces uncertainty amid reports of 3GB GDDR7 memory shortage, and it's reported by video cards. So the rumor is due to the crazy shortage between 3GB modules of GDDR7 can't make it to the customer market for desktop. Thus the Super series is cancelled, and the current models are expected to be more expensive very soon because of the increased cost of 2GB GDDR7. Yeah, it is affecting GDDR7 and not GDDR6 at this current point of time, because GDDR6 is old generation and GDDR7 is current gen. That's why the old generation, like those GPUs which are using GDDR6 RAM models, are not getting affected, but the RTX 50 series, which uses GDDR7, is getting affected and will get affected later down the line. As you can see on the screen here, there was a thing where Nvidia spokesperson came out and said that to mega size GPU, that there is no cancellation of RTX 5070 or 5060 refresh, is just delayed, now planned to launch in Q3 of 2026, previously said to launch in Q1 of 2026. So it looks pretty bad, and this just shows that memory shortage is ended here. And if you want a new GPU, just go and buy it at this current point of time before it increases in pricing more, because it will indeed happen and the pricing will go higher. So just go and buy it at this current point of time, so that you don't get like pretty high and not good price to performance. And also there is a thing where Nvidia's GeForce RTX 50 rumor Super is slipped to Q3 of 2026, but RTX 5060 Ti 16GB is going to be in short supply soon. So if you want an RTX 5060 Ti with 16GB VRAM configuration, you should go and buy it at discount point of time if it's available. But the bad thing is, like, the super refresh is moved from Q1 release, which is May, June, July, not May, June, July, but Jan, Feb, March, to Q3, which is possibly in June, July, August. So it looks bad. Q3 of next year. So it looks bad, and also the memory shortage is affecting 16GB of GDDR, 16GB model of RTX 5060 Ti. So just go ahead, as you can see on the screen here, RTX 5060 Ti will be in short supply very soon. So yeah, and it comes from mega size GPU, which is pretty reputed, so keep that in mind, and if you want this GPU, just buy it. And that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.